Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about morphology. So there are two things that we are going to discuss in this meeting. The first one is the definition and scope of morphology and its characteristics of words in morphology. Okay, so now let's see this. All languages have words and all words have at least an internal structure. So just like in Bahasa, we have the internal structure of Bahasa. And so if it is analyzed based on morphology, single words, we have the single words. And you can also, there is a sentence or statement here, words are as meaningful building blocks of language. Okay. Yeah, okay. So now we get to the morphology. So it is from Greek with the word morphe means shape or form. So it was originated from biological sciences, 19th century, the study of shape. And in linguistic context, it studies the shape of words. Okay, now let's see morphology based on typological classification. So typological classification is a method used in linguistics to categorize languages based on shared structural features and linguistic characteristics. And the morphological classifications here focuses on how words are formed and how morphemes, the smallest unit of meaning, are used. So we have three classification of morphology here. The first one is agglutinative. So agglutinative languages are of morphological type, where words are formed by stringing or combining together morpheme in a relatively straightforward and regular manner. And each morpheme in an agglutinative language tends to represent a single grammatical meaning, and affixes are added to a root or base to convey various grammatical features. So if you see on your screen, we have some examples or language examples of agglutinative. The first one, we have Turkish. So yeah, actually I don't know how to pronounce it. It's yeah, and then plus dim. So dim is the suffix. So yeah, actually it means uh to eat, and dim is the suffix for past tense. So if you try to combine both of them, so it becomes yadim, and that means I ate. Yeah, so it's past tense. And it's also same with Japanese. So if you see the example provided on your screen is taberu and then mas, taberu mas. So taberu in Japanese it is it, and mas is the suffix. So taberu mas means I ate. So it's combined together becomes one word. So taberu mas. Okay, so if you say taberu mas, there is a subject and also the predicate, subject and verb. So it's only in one word. And in Finnish, we have the word talo and sa. The talo itself is house, and sa is the suffix, and talosa means in the house. So los talo is house, sa is in the. So it's an adverb. So they combine together, become one word, but it has uh the adverb and also the noun, or yeah, adverb of place. Yeah. Now we go to the second one, isolating. So isolating language is also known as analytic languages, and they are a morphological type in which words are typically composed of single free morpheme, and there is one-to-one relationship between morphemes and words. In isolating languages, grammatical relationship and meanings are often conveyed through word order and context rather than through inflections or affixes. So, for example, in Chinese, the word "wo" means I or me, and then "chi" means it. So, "wo chi" that means I it. So it's single words. It's just like in Bahasa. Uh, we also have the single word, and we also have another example of Vietnamese, yeah, and then Thai. Yeah, you can read the examples by yourself on your screen. And now we go uh, So functional languages, also known as inflective languages, and they are a morphological type where words undergo fusion. Yeah, undergo fusion, or it means in bahasa mengalami peleburan, or blending of morphemes resulting in changes to the form of the base of root words. In functional languages, a single morpheme can represent multiple grammatical features simultaneously, such as tense, number, and case. This contrasts with its contrast with agglutinative languages, where morphemes are added in a more modular and straightforward manner. Okay, so we have the example in Latin. For example, the verb amo, and then that means I love. And then when you try to change the letter A becomes, yeah, and then you add as amas, it will be different. The meaning will be different. So it's you love, and amat, it is he or she, it loves. So various grammatical information is expressed here. And we also have another example in Spanish, the verb hablar, it means to speak, undergoes changes such as hablo, it means I speak, and hablas, you speak, and habla, he, or it speaks, yeah. Where a single morpheme indicates both the subject and the tense. And also, we also have the example in Russian. You can read the example by yourself on your screen. Okay, so now let's see this. So average speakers of a language known 45 to 60 thousands words. Speakers must have stored these words somewhere in their head, so it's also called mental lexicon. And what is stored? Yeah. So let us see what the mental lexicon is. So the mental lexicon refers to the mental repository or storehouse of words, the lexical information or their associated meanings that an individual possesses. The mental lexicon encompasses not only the meaning of words, but also information about their pronunciation, the spelling, grammatical properties, and relationships with other words. Yeah. And when we speak of words, we are referring to units of language that carry meaning and can stand alone or be combined with other words to convey information. Words are fundamental building blocks of language, and they serve as a means of communication. So yeah, that's the mental lexicon. Okay, now let's see the sentence provided in the box. Linguistics is a fascinating subject. So here we are trying to discuss about orthographic words. So orthographic words refer to a word as it is written or spelled, particularly in terms of its correct arrangements of letters and characters. So orthography is the system of convention for writing a language, including rules for spelling and punctuation. Therefore, an orthographic word is a word as it appears in written form. So example, spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. So if you see the sentence here, linguistics is a fascinating subject. So we have five interactive string of letters. So it's linguistics is a fascinating and subject. So all of them are preceded by a blank space. If you say before is, you have the blank space. Before a, there's a blank space, and then before fascinating and also the subject. And four of which are also followed by a blank space. Yeah, one of which is followed by period. If you see what's the difference between, among these orthographic words, so the difference is on the period provided after the word subject and also in the word linguistic, the the letter L is capitalized. So that's the difference here. Okay, so now we go to the second sentence. We have the sentence Benjamin, girlfriend lives in a high-rise apartment building. Can you guess how many words or how many orthographic words are there? So let's see the explanation here. The second one, when apostrophes and hyphen are treated as punctuation mark, Benjamin, we have Benjamin apostrophe S and also I hyphen rise constitute two orthographic words. So Benjamins will be counted or will be considered as one word, and high rise will also considered as one word or one orthographic word. But let's say the difference here, the girlfriend and then apartment building. So girlfriend, there is no blank space here, so it will be considered as one word. And apartment building, because there is a blank space between those words, so it will be considered as two uh, orthographic words or two words. Okay, so now let us see other ways of identifying words. We have four here: sound structure, internal integrity, meaning, and syntactic atoms. So we start with the first one. We have sound structure. So yeah, we have discussed actually about orthographic words, which is yeah, we try to see how many words in a sentence by considering the blank spaces. But here, let's see the problem in sound. Well, we have problem actually in sound structure, the blank spaces or pauses in phonological, yeah, through the phonological thing. So the problem is it seems no pause when speaking. So usually it will be, yeah, it will be depend on the person who speaks. So we are trying to analyze the sounds based on the pauses provided. And pauses occurs in sometimes syllables for stressing. Yeah. If you still remember what you learned in Introduction to Linguistics, you learn about primary stress, secondary stress. So we are trying to analyze the sound structure based on the pauses of uh, the spoken language. Yeah, now we go to internal integrity. So in the context of identifying words, internal integrity may refer to the structural soundness and consistency of a word itself. This includes how well the individual components, such as letters or and morphemes, fit together to form a cohesive and recognizable unit. It includes spelling, consistency, phonological structure, morphological structure, and also the semantic consistency. So if you see the example here, the girls, yeah, with GIRLS, never, people never use another concept of the word curve, for example, GI, and then there will be S, R, and L. And then uncommon never, it never becomes common one. And you also have another example there. So it's about how people can recognize the unit, and also about it's also about the consistency of the phonological structure, morphological structure, and also its semantic. Yeah, now we go to meaning. So it's it's unified semantic concept. So it suggests that while a single word can convey a specific and unified idea, not every idea or concept can be adequately expressed using just one word. In the context of identifying words, meaning refers to the specific concept, idea, or representation conveyed by a particular word. The meaning of a word is the mental association or understanding that people have when they encounter or use the word. It is the semantic content that a word carries, yeah, representing a particular concept or reference. So if you see the example here, the smell of fresh rain in a forest in the fall, the woman who lives next door. So, yeah, not every unified semantic concept corresponds to one word. So actually, these words can be combined together and have a good semantic meaning, but when it's written without, yeah, not in a structural, yeah, the structure or the way you are combining the words is not the same, just like what we have based on the subject and predicate. So the meaning will be, yeah, we cannot see the meaning of the sentence. That's it. Yeah, so this is the last thing, synthetic atoms. So the term synthetic atom typically does not refer to individual words, but rather to the smallest unit of syntax, which are grammatical structure or constituents within a sentence. In synthetic analysis, a synthetic atom is often used in a broader sense to describe the smallest indivisible units that contribute to the structure of a sentence. So we have the example, for example, morpheme, word, are synthetic atoms. So that's the synthetic atoms. Example, article, noun, verb, participle. So it's just like part of speech. Yeah. So in synthetic atoms, the example here, the order of a word in a sentence is determined by synthetic rules. So for example, the how to use the article. So article usually occurs before nouns. So try to remember, have you ever seen or have you ever used article before verb, for example? Yeah. So it always occurs before noun. Okay, so that's my explanation about the definition of um, morphology and also some characteristic of morphology and other ways or the ways of identifying words based on morphology. So yeah, you can see the barcode here. You can scan the barcode for the exercises or yeah, I will also provide the link maybe under or after this video given. So thank you very much, everyone. If you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me. Yeah, so don't forget to do the exercise or the assignment. Thank you.